After the discovery of X-rays and their use in radioactive materials, a sudden trend emerged. Products such as beauty creams, chocolates, cigarettes, water and even suppositories began to contain elements that emitted radiation. Even doctors, when using X-rays to examine the inside of the head, noticed suspicious effects, such as hair loss, due to the lack of adequate control of the intensity of exposure. At the end of the 19th century and beginning of the 20th century, the use of radiation revolutionized medical practice, providing professionals with a unique and innovative view of the interior of the human body. The discovery of X-rays by Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen in 1895 triggered a revolution in medicine, allowing for the first time the visualization of internal structures without the need for invasive procedures. Doctors could now diagnose fractures, identify pathology, and guide surgery with unprecedented precision. This significant advance radically transformed the diagnostic and therapeutic approach in medical practice. The era of the use of radiation for medicinal purposes gained even more momentum with the discovery of radioactivity by Henri Becquerel and the Curie spouses. The therapeutic application of radioactive materials has become common practice, paving the way for specific treatments in areas such as oncology. However, the initial enthusiasm was accompanied by challenges, especially the lack of control over the intensity of radiation exposure. This early phase was marked by an enthusiastic but often uninformed exploration of radiation in medicine. The absence of clear guidelines on the maximum safe dose has resulted in some suspicious cases, such as the use of radiation in beauty products and even food. These early events led to awareness of the urgent need for strict regulation and control to ensure the safe and effective use of radiation in medical practice. In the early phase of using radiation for medicinal purposes, people did not yet fully understand the maximum safe dose of ionizing radiation that the human body could absorb. Over time, it became evident that although X-rays and radioactive nuclei are extremely useful in diagnosis, cancer treatments and dating ancient materials, they need to be used with caution. There are three main types of radiation: alpha, beta and gamma rays. The alpha particle is like a small piece of helium nucleus. It doesn't pass through much and can be stopped by a sheet of paper. The beta particle is a faster electron. It goes a little further, but it can still be stopped by things like wood. Now, gamma rays are waves of energy, and they are the most powerful and can pass through almost everything. Only very dense materials like concrete can block them. The sources of this radiation may be in things we find in nature, such as uranium and radium. These elements are like little sparkles that emit this special energy. Furthermore, in some machines in hospitals, such as those that take X-rays, we can also find ionizing radiation. This helps doctors look inside our bodies to find out what's going on. It is important to know that, although ionizing radiation is useful in some situations, it needs to be used carefully so as not to hurt us. Scientists and doctors take precautions to ensure that the amount of radiation we receive is safe. This way, we can enjoy the benefits of radiation without taking unnecessary risks. But what can happen to the human body if radiation is used incorrectly? Ionizing radiation, such as X-rays and gamma rays, is made up of high-energy electromagnetic particles. When these particles interact with matter, like our bodies, they can transfer this energy to atoms. This energy transfer is powerful enough to strip electrons from atoms, resulting in ions, which are atoms with an electrical charge. DNA, our genetic material, is made up of complex molecules that contain essential information for the functioning and development of our body. The breakdown or alteration of these molecules can have serious consequences for our health. When ionizing radiation hits DNA, it can cause two main types of damage: direct damage and indirect damage. In the case of direct damage, ionizing radiation directly hits the DNA, breaking the chemical bonds between the nucleotides, the fundamental units of DNA. This damage can lead to changes in the DNA base sequence, interfering with genetic instructions. Indirect damage occurs when ionizing radiation first interacts with water molecules present in cells. This generates free radicals, unstable molecules that can damage DNA. Free radicals are highly reactive and seek to stabilize themselves by capturing electrons from other molecules, including those that make up DNA. This process can result in breaks in DNA molecules and, consequently, in genetic mutations. The accumulation of DNA damage can lead to several health problems, including the development of cancer. Therefore, understanding how ionizing radiation acts at the molecular level is crucial to ensuring safety in various applications, from medical procedures to the use of radioactive sources in different sectors. Safety precautions and standards are essential to minimize the risks associated with exposure to this form of radiation. The effects can be classified as tissue, associated with cell death, and stochastic, related to DNA mutations. Tissue effects occur when a high dose of radiation affects a specific tissue, while stochastic effects, such as cancer, are random and do not have a minimum dose threshold to occur. Exposure to radiation can result in different stages of acute radiation syndrome, with varying symptoms depending on the dose absorbed. Furthermore, there are long-term stochastic effects, such as the development of cancer, immediate and late tissue effects. Although there are risks in using radiation, especially in large exposures, current knowledge on the subject is vast. The appropriate use of radiation, especially in medicine, can bring significant benefits, outweighing the associated risks. It is crucial to understand and apply this knowledge correctly and responsibly. Thank you for following us here. If you found this content informative, don't forget to share it with your friends and family. Also, if you are not yet subscribed, click the subscribe button and activate the bell to receive notifications of new videos. Keep exploring the world of science with us.